Hello, true believers. Normally, I be vlogging in my office, but I like the light here better, and especially it's overcast right now, as you can see. So the light is not as good in my office. It's already in the middle of the afternoon. It's better in the morning, so I'm doing it out here where the light is better. And what I'm doing is today's vlog is shoes. Okay, and over here we got Hero soccer shoes. Over here, these are actually my shoes, and these are, I bought them in America. Probably this thing's gotta be 20 years old. I hardly use them, but when I do use them, I like them very much. I chose this style because it's kind of traditional, so it doesn't really go out of fashion. It's not too pointed, as you can see. And you have to, when I was in America, you have to have a good pair of black shoes and a good pair of brown shoes, and you buy a good pair and they last you forever, and you never have to worry about them buying another pair again. So once I buy a pair of good leather dress shoes, I never want to buy again. Now, some of you might say, you're looking at this and what is it? It's a if you look inside, it's a Hugo Boss. These things back then, probably 20 years ago, when I was wearing dress shoes a lot, I think it was like $120, $150, and back then that was very expensive. It's probably the same as buying $300 pair of shoes right now. But shoes right now, I mean, look at these soccer shoes are like 200, 250, $275. I think the most we ever spent on, or the most we ever spent on our Hero soccer shoes is like $400. So $300 on a good quality pair of shoes is not that high of a price. So, and you're wondering, well, why are you talking about your 20-year-old shoes that you used to use all the time when you were in America? Well, I recently had to use them, or were using them, and I've had these shoes repaired already. What's nice about here in the Philippines is they have a lot of shoe repair companies or shoe repair shops versus in America. Once your shoes kind of get destroyed, you just kind of throw them away and buy a new one. Well, over here, what's nice is there are shoe shops that actually repair these, and I've had these repaired already. If you look at this sole over here, this rubber sole, this one is actually a repair, and as you can see, it did a pretty good job. And what happened was the rubber just started crumbling and falling apart. So if you want to review my shoes over here, this is a Hugo Boss, and as you can see, made in Italy, and it's actually a 9.5. I think it's a 9.5 triple E. And look, this one even has the Hugo Boss on it. The heel we haven't had to replace. So I was really proud of these Hugo Boss. I mean, I liked them because of not only the name, but the quality and the design. If you look at the design, like I said, it's just traditional. Okay, you got Hugo Boss over here. So like a boss. So my shoes were like a boss. And like I said, I don't wear them that much here in the Philippines. I wear them only for special occasions. Somebody's getting married, I think the last time I wore this was somebody did get married, and I wore a beige kind of tan khaki suit, and which still fit me. It doesn't fit me anymore now, but I could always, I mean, if I really need to, I could. But with the pandemic, there's really nothing going on now that requires these dress shoes. But it's always good. What I noticed when I was going through my shoes is that it needed. So look at the laces. So let's finish reviewing what the shoe actually looks like. I don't know what this toe is. You know, it's kind of like a squared up toe. I wasn't into the pointed, but as you can see, I have 9.5 feet. But my problem is I have to wear a size 12 because my feet are very wide. So I think these are wide. So Hugo Boss comes in wide, like triple E, so I could fit into a 9.5 triple E wide. So that's why I probably got them. I don't like long shoes that it makes it look like clown shoes because my feet are not that long. They're just triple E wide. Like so. So I like this design. It's just a regular, it's not, doesn't have that split toe design, which is, it's not a really wingtip. So it's traditional, it's classic. It wasn't, so I liked it, I saw it, I liked the color. It wasn't gonna go out of style. So if I had a beige suit or a navy blue suit, this is what I would wear with a matching belt. So done. So if you look at the insole over here, you can see the name Hugo Boss. You can see the name Hugo Boss right there. And you can even see it here. It says Boss. Yeah, Hugo Boss. Boss Hugo Boss right there. So they make great shoes, made in Italy. Highly recommend them. But they're, after 20 years, they're gonna start, the glue is gonna start falling apart. There's nothing wrong with the leather. There's nothing wrong with the sole. It's just there gets a point where they start kind of peeling from each other, as you can see, like that. That's why I chose this light over here, so you can see, appreciate. Oh look, it says Boss inside also. So this needs to be glued on, heat pressed, whatever it is that they do. And what we're gonna do is take it to a Mr. Quickie. I think that's where I got it repaired before for these type of high-end shoes. But look at the quality of the leather. Look at the quality of the stitching. So it was a real shame that that these kind of shoes, if they start splitting like this, or if the rubber starts falling apart. Okay, even have some gum on it. That to throw it away, and everything else still looks great. The style looks great. The Triple E, there's no way I can find Triple E over here. So what we're gonna do now instead, and if I need to use them again, so I'm gonna invest a little bit of money. I think it's about $10 to get this repaired. I think it was $10 to get it repaired, so it's worth it, especially if it's like a shoe that's irreplaceable. Then it's worth then you have no choice but to go ahead and get it repaired and get that gunk off of it. So that's what we're gonna, so why I made this video is that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna take it to Mr. Quickie. So what's kind of positive, in case I've been doing a lot of negative videos about the Philippines, which I haven't actually. I just, when it comes to talking to the police, because they're the real criminals actually here. Yeah, and I'm not, for the police that are actually watching this video, I'm not done with you guys yet, but right now I gotta take care of my shoes. So you guys are on my list, so don't worry about it when I do my expose on what you guys did, the illegal things that you guys did, on top of the legal things that you guys already did to me. Then you'll be exposed for the real criminals that you are. The police is involved in my case, by the way, disclaimer. I'm sure there are good police out there, but it only takes one bad one to make your life a living hell. But if anybody's gonna survive hell over here, it's me, and everybody knows that I am a survivor. Never give up, never surrender. And while we're at it, I think, because this separated for a while and I never got around to fixing it because I didn't use it that much. But this one, what happened was this one separated, which we use on a weekly basis, his football shoes. He loves these shoes. This is what actually he scored a goal in Staka in these same pair of shoes. So there's sentimental value. In all his shoes, they have sentimental value. But this one, as you can see, started splitting apart. So we're gonna try to get them stitched together and repaired at Mr. Quickie. So I decided to, here in this time where you're trying to save money, especially if you're trying to save fossil fuel, is to combine trips. So I might as well get this shoe repaired, so whenever the pandemic is done and we start going to formal events again, if somebody invites us to a wedding or something like that, then I have my Hugo Boss shoes that are like the bomb. I don't know, that might be an early 2000s phrase here, but like I said, I love these shoes. I'll never get rid of them because look at the quality of the leather. They don't make these anymore. 20 years old, still rocking. The style still looks great. And over here, the spikes on these are still good, as you could see. So there's nothing wrong with the leather. I even cleaned it up. It's just it started splitting apart. That's what Nike shoes in general, that's why they only last one season or two, is because of this problem. After 2 years, you have to get them repaired like this because they start splitting. I mean, I wish as long as there's nothing wrong with the spikes, there's nothing wrong with the leather, they should keep going. But now that it needs to be repaired like this, we usually want to keep this going until all the spikes are worn out and the leather is pretty much destroyed. But so far he's got a lot of shoes in rotation and a lot of soccer shoes in rotation, so he's able to keep them in better condition than most. Or like some people, they only have one pair and they just wear the hell out of it. But here he'll just wear one pair and then change it the next day, and they kind of alternate depending on what he's wearing and the conditions. But always good to have invest in a good pair of Italian leather shoes. And I don't know how many Italian leather shoe makers out there, but I don't know if Hugo Boss is even in business. I'm sure they're still in business, but you can't get these here in the Philippines. I think I got these at Macy's in Irvine Spectrum. So if they're still there, pick up a pair and you never have to think about it, especially if your feet stop growing. I invest in a good pair of Italian leather shoes. They'll last you forever. But the only problem is that make sure you're somewhere where they have a shoe repair, and so you can keep enjoying them as much as I have for the last 20 years. All right, so let's go. Next video will be to Mr. Quickie. So that's pretty much my review of my Hugo Boss Italian leather shoes. And I actually have a black pair, which I had repaired already a long time ago, but there was nothing wrong with that. So if I need to repair those, I'll probably do a review. But in the meantime, enjoy my review of my Hugo Boss 20-year-old made in Italy dress shoes. So let's go to Mr. Quickie.